Daily trading recap here for this Thursday, the 3rd of February, 2022. Again, going to be a very short and quick little video here. No actual trades for me on the day. Still stepping into experimenting with rolling around, getting my feet wet in the futures trading world here, looking for ES or MES. That account is just about to become active. That bank transfer is just about to roll through. So excited to step into that with a little data collection that I'm doing and just step my way into that and open myself up to those perspectives as well. Played around paper with it today and was fooling around going short in pre at a nice little few percentage points or points even. Learning a new lingo from there with a futures aspect as well. Getting some points off of that, then finding this little double bottom, triple bottomish area, getting a few more points, some ticks off of that as well as it was reclaiming from there for the morning session. But then sure enough, did have a pretty hard, showing 2% in the red day after the hard sell-off in the after hours of yesterday, mainly from the Facebook earnings, tanking down entire market there. Did have a lot of earnings coming today, 231 earnings that I'm showing, that Yahoo was showing that were happening today, and a lot after the close. Snapchat, Pinterest, Amazon, I think Ford as well. Bringing up the market a little bit here as we can see in the after hours. But yeah, again, going to be very short and quick. Just another one of those videos to keep the chain going for what I like to do for this journaling aspect. Just for reference for me as well. Market dollar volume today pretty low, $250 billion volume in NASDAQ as of 50 minutes after the close here. And I see $291 billion volume. OTC's $1.9 billion volume on the day. And just a little note here to see that, oh yeah, Tim Sykes is talking about all these mega cap earnings plays. It's just like, is that really a good sign? You know, he's talking about sharing his influence, which is always great to hear, or his wisdom. But then it's just like, maybe that's kind of a bad sign to see that, okay, no OTCs are moving or small cappers, even in that regard. So yeah, just using that as another indicator of what's potentially going on, and even the lack of really huge chat in the millionaire chat from all of those red names. I'm just using that and continual talks with Chris as well to maintain that discipline and idea of what these plays are doing and what is being offered in this type of market. Great play today he had on, I'll mention quick here, BCDA, first day play today that was holding pretty nicely. Call it a little dip and rip play. He's obviously sees a heck of a lot better than I do, but yeah, awesome little entry points that are holding a respectable price level that do offer a nice rip above VWAP and opportunity to sell into. But gosh, yeah, they're just not continuing on, clinging right back down to VWAP after that attempt in the morning session. And then this one today just continuing sideways and breaking down a little bit lower back to that open price by the end of the day on BCDA. I was in DWAC today. Very nice move. Traded just one share again. Willing to risk $2 on what I thought was, after seeing it going, I really was not watching it, but just saw it pop up on the scanner later that, hey, it's putting in some decent price movement today. Getting some nice volume in. Kind of take away the craziness of that initial run up. Hey, we could get closer to testing that $90 level area if we start to come back to those levels again. We could get pretty squirrely pretty fast, so wanted to be a part of it nonetheless, and willing to take on that $2 risk, which I knew was a higher probability of the trade happening, of it eventually dumping off from wherever I found an entry point in this wider range consolidation after that harder perk from the morning session. So of course it ends up dumping hard, and I have to take a little bit of slippage under what was my risk level of $82 on that one. Then sure enough, it found that level again, and that became a resistance VWAP as it tried to push there, cling to it again, but sellers were still in control for today at least. So it's certainly not dead, putting in higher lows as it's coming into the close and trying to push closer to that VWAP line. So we'll see what the next few days have to offer on that, but that was just a little speculative one share trade on that one. Keep myself in the loops on DWAC. And then I just wanted to mention last KSCP. Nice little first green day morning session, at least, after had this one on the watch list from yesterday. Just the recent little market mover here. Huge parabolic move, now pulling back 2 consecutive red days, the previous trading days here, and now looking for today any amount of strength. I wasn't watching these any hard or with any conviction or looking to trade them, but just keeping my eyes on them from pre-market after hours preparation, say, hey, these charts could potentially do this one. And sure enough, this one did just have an immediate squeeze right out of the gate, right out of the market open, offering a little sell event or profit-taking event within the first 4 or 5 minutes of market open, and then Art of War showcasing a nice little entry as well, getting in around this VWAP reclaim or hold after that perk, and still another leg after that to the upside, coming all the way to 10.8 there. for a nice little play on that first screen day, or trend reversal, you could call it, whatever penny stock framework number that is in relation to that. But that is all I had, keeping it seriously nice, short, and simple. Going hard and continuing to just grind away at whatever data I find, and not going to the realm of trying to slave myself to percentages or probabilities with this new step that I'm taking in the world of futures trading with SPY, with S&P 500 on those E-minis. But yeah, just getting any amount of inference I can and exposing myself to, I probably won't be leaning more towards the world of the Fibonacci's and the MACDs and the Bollinger Bands. But just opening myself up to, hey, what do you guys have to say? What is it in essence? And learning about every aspect of it. And certainly not going to deny that it exists, because it does. And hey, let's look at moving averages as well. Let's look at all these tools, but I really don't find myself convicted in being able to use those, because, as I know so many of these videos and books we'll talk about, it is just so much more. The 10% of successful traders live in such a world more of the mental strength and the mental side of trading, versus how they're not just more masters of technical analysis. Everybody and their grandma is a master of technical analysis. Anybody and everybody can see support. Anybody can see the indicator that whatever golden goose indicator that you have says buy. Anybody with a brain can push a button and do that at that point. But it is totally about that mental aspect of letting your winners run and adding to winners and cutting your losers short and continuing to go about the grind day in and day out and be unaffected by the emotional side of what this game so wants you to feel. So continuing those steps more and more every single day, and thankful for it. And that's all I had. I thank you guys for watching. We will catch you guys on the next one.